My opponent's name is Yu is chess-like. I mean, yeah, if Yu hopped in a taxi and drove off a cliff, then I would totally agree with that statement. Let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and miss Sleep Powder. I told you, man, we're already falling off the cliff. The purpose of my Venusaur in the lead is to try and put somebody to sleep. It's not going very well. Thankfully it happened. Okay. Question is, what should I do now? I think me go to, like, I guess Kadabra. Maybe spread some paralysis, hit some psychics, or, you know, something like that. I did a battle, and it came down to, like, you know, 1v1 in typical Yu fashion, and I was literally asleep for 7 turns. So, I mean, that's just heartbreaking. Sleep is just, I think it's way too strong in Generation 1. I mean, at the very least, you could attack on the turn that you wake up, but you can't even do that. So it's kind of like, in a way, you're missing like 8 turns if you think about it. So that Dragonite hopefully misses 8 turns, because I don't actually have an effective way of defeating it, because, yep, I don't have any Ice-type attacks, because I am bad at making teams. And also because I haven't really seen Dragonite too often, so that was kind of the last thing that was going through my mind. So, yep, that guy, that dude with the little pendulum thing in his hand, I see him a lot, people. And I actually took off Seismic Toss on my Kadabra. Okay, they're actually trying to put me to sleep, which is completely understandable. I'm gonna switch into my Venusaur to maybe land a whatchamacallit, a Razor Leaf, or do something with my life, and then after I get unalived, probably bring in Persian, click 2 slash, so that should take out Hypno. So let's see what Yu is chess-like is thinking of right now, because remember, this is chess. I mean, I think that would be pretty accurate. Nice T-Wave, by the way. That'd be a fairly accurate statement if it wasn't for, I guess, everything. Particularly sleep, and then I would say paralysis is the number 2 most common thing that kind of just flips everything on its head. Even crits are, I think, a bit too common. That's just what I believe, you know. It's based off your speed stat. They were cooking back then. This person unfortunately has a Haunter. That is bad for me. And we could obviously get put to sleep right now, but since they already have that Dragonite asleep, I suppose I can let you put Haunter to sleep. They missed another Hypnosis. Okay. Well, I'm going to go for Psychic now. And I did go first. They're going to still go for the Hypnosis, really. If I was them, I would have brought in Hypno, because I can't put them to sleep or anything. But hey, what do you... I don't know. I'm not good at Yu. I don't have a very good win-loss. There's the Hypno, right? I even got a crit, too. And... well, now... I suppose I'm going to go for Confuse Ray. I guess mathematically that's probably the most anger-inducing move that I could possibly come up with for my opponent. They have a greater than 50% chance of something bad happening. They did break through, though. Yeah, I'm not complaining. I mean, they missed, like, I don't know, 20 Hypnosis by now. So we're going to hit them with Thunderbolt. They might also switch. Thunderbolt's fine, because if they go into Haunters, no point for going for Psychic, because I can't finish it off from that health range that's currently in. So we'll go for Thunderbolt. I don't even think it'll 2-hit Hypno, honestly. Hypno is very good. It's definitely one of the best Yu Pokemon. I may or may not do a video. Yeah, look, I did 21. Don't A1, you stupid. Actually, that was just enough for when the Confusion hit him, and thankfully... And yes, we did get lucky that was Confusion, not Paralysis, because without that Confusion damage, they actually would have survived. They survived anyway. What a Chad. They got paralyzed. Alright, we are rock and rolling McDonald's. Remember, guys, Yu is chess-like. There's definitely not a bunch of hacks and shenanigans 24/7. Yeah, alright. Well, that Haunter still is kind of a threat. Haunter's a very good one, too, because, one, it can, you know... sleep people, confuse them, do decent damage, and it's a very hard counter to Persian. They're actually just gonna try and full send in, try to win the speed tie. I don't think so. I think I'm gonna hold on to my Haunter. They went for Thunderbolt. Okay. I mean, in their defense, Thunderbolt was probably the better option. They don't know what I have, but I conveniently and unwittingly brought in my Doug Trio. They have a Kangaskhan. which is pretty much just Walmart Tauros. That's not really gonna do that much damage. And, I'll bring in Haunter. I mean, if they, like... If they call that out and go for Earthquake, that's totally fine with me. It doesn't really matter. They went for Body Slam. Ooh. Oh, their Haunter, once again, is at 54. I can't kill the Psychic, so I'll go for Thunderbolt again, which, you know, does more, and I have a chance of paralyzing something. I don't really need to drop this Kangaskhan special, because if... Yep, and even with that crit, I actually barely survived. So, we'll just bring in... Kadabra, because I'm gonna click Psychic here, and Kadabra thankfully outspeeds Haunter. So they're not gonna go into Haunter next, obviously. They won't go into Dragonite, so they're gonna go into one of these two remaining Pokemon. And I can actually, since they basically just have two Pokemon left, really, because Dragonite, like I mentioned in the beginning, is, you know, dead basically. Oh, they kept a Persian, which was smart. What I could do here is... Ooh, I'm gonna paralyze the Persian. Body Slam. They chose Body Slam. I mean, yeah, that was the right play. I would have done the same thing. Because I would have lived wait, actually, no, yeah, I would have lived Slash. But if they got a crit or a para, they would have been in a better position. Anyway, I paralyzed the Persian. So now I've got to switch. And, I don't really know. I'll send in my own Persian here, and then they're gonna go for Slash. That did a lot of damage. I'm gonna go with Bubble Beam in case that Haunter comes in, because then if the situation arises, I might be able to kill the Thunderbolt with Raichu, but I'm not really banking on that either because yep, there's Haunter. It was kind of risky to send in my Kadabra. That would have been the best thing of all, obviously. We would have been in a really good position. But I'm willing to let my Persian die here. Yeah, that Bubble Beam did a whopping... Whoa. I don't agree with that play at all, because you could have just simply held on to Haunter to wall my Persian. So now the Sleep Fodder's been used up, and it's already a half-dead Pokemon anyway. So I can actually just switch. And, I'm thinking, Raichu, because they might have a Doug Trio in the back, so I want mine to be as healthy as humanly possible. How much health does Haunter have? Oh, we don't know. That's unfortunate. But I might be able to kill it with a, No, I think I will. Oh, even better. It's literally a Lapras. That's our final Pokemon, so... I think it'd be wiser for me to just spam Thunderbolts. They went back into Haunter, yep. And it is going to die. As you can see, my opponent is not in the best of positions right now. And they really need to, like, paralyze my Raichu. So they're most likely going to be going for Body Slam. They did lose their... Well, oh, maybe Lapras might also have Sing. So I think I will hold on to Persian. And I should obviously hold on to Raichu because they have a Lapras. So... That's a good question. What do we do here? Somebody needs to die. And I guess it'll be Kadabra, because at least Doug Trio can tank one shot from that thing. I am going to die to Body Slam. That was a higher roll, because I was aware that might have been coming. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll live. I did not live, unfortunately. This is going to be a very close battle, though. So let's go for Earthquake. I mean, maybe that play of letting me, or putting my Persian to sleep was pretty solid. I mean, I think they wanted to go with, like, Lapras in the long run of things versus their Haunter, who was practically, you know, on life support. So that makes sense. I guess it wasn't such a questionable play after all. What do you know? UU is chest-like. They were right. They could also bring in Dragonite right now. I'm not really worried if that happens. I'll just click Rock Slide a few times, and a Slash or Thunderbolt will finish that thing off. So, the scary thing is probably the worst situation that could happen right now is, oh, well, okay, it didn't happen. I thought they would just bring in that Lapras now. I luckily didn't get paralyzed. Granted, I would have been faster anyway. But they are obviously going to click slash here. So what I'll do is, slash will kill me no matter what, obviously. So I'm going to try and see if I can be cringe. I have 2 shots of hoping that they get paralyzed. They didn't get paralyzed. Okay, here's my second shot. Alright, well, it was worth a shot. Now we're going to go for Earthquake. Oh, there's the Parahax. That's good. Persian is dead. They brought in Dragonite. Okay. I mean, we'll just go for Rock Slide. I've got nothing else better to do. Rock Slide is going to do not that much damage, but it is conveniently a 4-hit KO. And as we all know, sleep is very stupid. I don't really like how it works, and I know it's never going to be changed because this game's been going on for like 500 years, and I even got a crit just to twist the knife on them. So this is the final Pokemon. I guess Earthquake. Don't go for Rock Slide, guys. After the stab, Earthquake does the same amount of damage. You don't have to worry about missing. Well, you could miss because there's a 1 in 256 chance of missing, but you probably won't miss. So we just need 2 Thunderbolts. They could win with like a crit freeze or something goofy like that, or Confuse Ray. So we're probably gonna win, but it's not guaranteed. There's the Blizzard. They got a crit? They did not freeze me. That was very scary, ladies and gentlemen. That was a very good battle. Maybe my opponent was right. I mean, my opponent had a 1323 rating, which is pretty high on this ladder. I don't know if I stated this already, but I'm not very good at UU. I thought I was doing decent, and then I just kept losing and dying a lot, and I was in that taxi falling off the cliff. 1184. What is 1323 anyway? That's probably pretty high, huh? Yeah, they were like, I don't know, around top 60, and we all know, you know, 80% of these people aren't even alive and breathing, so. And then we have me, and I'm like somewhere here, 266. I don't know how many more UU battles that there's gonna be, because we're closing in at the end of the month. So I think I will do like a review on my the viability rankings, because as you can see, don't copy those teams, guys, unless you want to lose a lot. Hold on, don't go anywhere, UU. See, look, I haven't clicked on this button yet, but I will eventually, and I'll even make my predictions and then go in there and see how right or wrong I am, but I think I have a good idea of what's going on in UU. Anyway, GG's to UU's Chess-like, even though I'm 90% sure they're not going to see this video, nor will they ever see any video on this channel. But it was a good battle. It was very close. They could have won. But I simply got luckier, as many of these battles go. A lot of Generation 1 in general, I've found, is a lot of just positioning. It's a lot of positioning and then kind of trying to set it up so that you have the highest probability of winning. I mean, I guess that's kind of Pokemon in general, but it's very positioning oriented in Gen 1. I mean, like, in later generations, like when I've mentioned this before in Gen 9, I'm sure somebody's watching this right now, where somebody even brought this up in the Discord. They were like, yeah, David's right, because as I've said in Gen 9, you can like lose all your Pokemon and then you can reverse sweep them. I've done that a few times, but you can't really do that in Gen 1. There's no sweeping. It's kind of like pawn takes pawn, rook gets the bishop, whatever, so it's kind of like it. It's usually not going to end up as a 6-0 unless you just absolutely get insanely unlucky, or you just bring Farfetch'd. If you bring Farfetch'd, that's on you. That's enough ranting. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Subscribe. You don't have a say in it. I'm glad you understand. Welcome to the army. You are now a fish. Goodbye. Have a nice day. Bye.